mutable again. It is left to see. It will not come in the way of the institution to frame guidelines for the dress code.
So that's what I'm saying. The CDC chairperson is saying that this rule has existed. And these girls have not worn hijab in classes before this. Till class 10, some till class 11 and a half. So the question I asked you, sir, the question I asked you is that could it not become a slippery slope? Where do you stop? I've quoted the Kerala High Court order in 2018, which said that you cannot force an institution has the right to decide. I specifically tried to ask the girl students. Today it is about a PU college. What about later?
No, let me answer that question. It is not necessary for the girl student to impose guideline on the student or the institution. It is not proper. It is for the institution to frame the guidelines, and it has to suit all the students, whether it is Hindu, Christian, or a Muslim, be that as it may. And secondly, the right to education should not be curtailed in the name of any of the religion or the religious practices. That is not proper at all. That I have been urging.
Okay.
If at all there is some discrepancy or the disturbance because of one reason or the one religious practice to other religious practice, and if it is causing nuisance, it has to be harmoniously resolved, but it should not be made as a political issue. And unfortunately, here I'm not supporting either this or that. I would only say right to education be given importance by all the students and the management and the institution as a whole, and also by the government.
Okay, I take your point.
Unfortunately, in India, in Karnataka more so, the moment the BJP has come to power, I wonder as to why the number is increasing of these things.
Okay, that's a political argument I want to stay away from. But let me go across to Sajid also, who's joining us. Zakia ji, please, I would request your patience. I'm coming to you. Sajid, the question is that there is a Kerala High Court order. They cannot direct an institution to allow hijab. If a particular institute has a certain rule, it is up to the institute. The choice then is also with the student or the guardian of the student to choose a different school. Secondly, Kerala government has also passed an order just last week saying that as far as police cadet school is concerned, hijabs will not be allowed. So it's not so much that it's only happening in Karnataka. It's not so much that only one political party is doing it. And there is a fundamental question here. Where does it end then? Sajid.
I'm audible, right?
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead.
Firstly, I would congratulate the brave girls who have been fighting for the constitutional right and the highest person. So that it is done. You were saying that one order from Kerala High Court. Kerala High Court is according the constitution. So there is kind of
unfortunately, Sajid, I cannot hear you very clearly. I will try and reconnect you so that we can actually understand what you're saying. Zakia Soman, let me come to you on this thing. I'm not sure if you heard what the girl students told me. They're saying that this is about our man maryada. We don't even remove our hijab at home. How can I step out of the house without the hijab and, in front of unknown men? Now, here's the problem, that some may have. That it is regressive, some allege, and the school is not a place to promote this. You may have an individual point of view or a family culture rule in your home, but is it necessary to carry that into schools? What are your thoughts?
So there are clearly two different issues involved here. One is about the education institution, and they are entitled to frame the rules and regulations. But they also have to be mindful of the constitutional right to religious freedom and also right to education. And the politicization of this whole issue, because we are a multi-faith society, we are a society where people from different religious background, we coexist. So it will not be in that context, it will not be fair to single out girls in hijab, because we have the chief minister of the the chief minister of the biggest state, UP, who is clad in saffron. He occupies the chief ministerial position in saffron. So let us. I don't want to go into the politics of that. But on the other hand, I do want to dwell on how religion in public life is doing damage to our democracy and to our secular and plural society. And I'm seeing an increased insistence from both Hindus as well as Muslims, to wanting to wear religion on their sleeves, and it is becoming very, very political. It is becoming polarized. It is also becoming competitive religions. That is my second point. And the third and the most important, there's a lot of noise these people are talking amongst themselves.
Please,
So the
if we can
third and the
clear the
most
line for
important,
Zakia. Yes.
yeah, the third and the most important part is, any religious diktats, why are they always imposed upon women? The hijab is imposed upon the Muslim women. Some time ago, there was a diktat that women without bindi are not good Hindu women. So why is it that, patriarchy operates in further oppressing women by demanding this kind of compliance and adherence from them? And as far as the hijab is concerned, this was not a fashion, as far as our mothers and our grandmothers were concerned.
Yeah.
They used to cover their head. Like even the women from other religious backgrounds also used to cover their heads, their shoulders. That was the dress code for women in India across different faith backgrounds. But it was not the hijab. The hijab has arrived in such a big manner only in the last about 1.5 to 2 decades.
But why
So
is that? Why do you think that is?
That is the kind of imposition, and I totally sympathize with the girls when they were crying and they were saying that they would miss out on education, they would miss out on jobs, everything without the hijab, because they have been given to understand that a good Muslim girl only is dressed in a hijab. A good Muslim woman is a woman who is only dressed, in appropriately Islamically dressed. That would be with a hijab or in a burqa. So it is the problem of this kind of misinterpretation and this kind of patriarchal worldviews which are being served to our girls and to the whole society today. And there is oh God.
Okay.
There is so
Ma'am,
much noise.
Ma'am, I'm going to come back to you. Please, if there is some audio in her ear, please cut it out. MS Sajid is back with us. Yes, Sajid, continue. You were making a point. I was basically pointing to the fact that there are already legal orders and other governments have also insisted on this for obvious reasons. So, why must this be insisted upon is the question that is being asked.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the Kerala High Court reiterated the right to wear these customary dresses in public places, and there is no ban from the legal level. There is no ban, but Kerala government has given an order where banning this hijab in student police cadets kind of co-curricular activities. But what I'm saying is, so the Kerala, Karnataka and some other places in Karnataka also, these issues were rising recently because what the Raghu MLA was saying was completely false, because we know